Superlek is one of the world's most well-rounded and skilled Muay Thai fighters. He has excellent kicks, excellent knees, some solid punching, and what we're going to talk about in this video, elbows. So let's look at how he uses his elbows. Against Walter Gonçalves, Gonçalves is a very bouncy, springy fighter. He's very wild. He doesn't do traditional Muay Thai, and he moves forward with a high guard and he bounces around. So Superlek, putting up a high guard, right? This allows you to elbow easier. He just pumps out a lead elbow, maybe with a little step behind it, as Gonçalves wants to come in and exchange. And this worked beautifully. Pinpoint on the button. Floored him once, floored him again. Fight was over. Really good, just kind of on the forehead or up the nose if you really want to cause some damage and some pain, just right under the nose, just bring it up through the middle. Works perfectly against opponents with a high guard that love to move forward. Now against Tagia Kalilov, again, very wild, spinning attacks, big movements. So Superlek would catch Kalilov as he was almost running out of exchanges, and he'd grab Kalilov's lead hand and pry it away to let the elbow through. And again, if you're elbowing someone while they're running away in the back foot, they're not going to be able to brace, they're not going to be able to take it, they're not going to be able to move their head out of the way or guard properly because they're running away. And obviously prying the hands away just makes those elbows slide in much, much easier and cause much more damage. Superlek did a similar thing against Rodtang. He'd essentially bully him up against the fence with knees, get him moving backwards, get him sort of not properly balanced, and then he'd slide an elbow through the middle as Rodtang was readjusting his feet and trying to face Superlek, and that's actually what knocked Rodtang down. Against Jonathan Haggerty. Haggerty's a switch stance fighter. He fights in bursts. He's moving around a lot. He's a bit of a kickboxing or Muay Thai tornado. And Superlek was timing his beats and his steps because Haggerty kind of has a rhythm to it. He was able to just slide in an elbow as Haggerty came in that just floored him within about a minute, which was insanely impressive. Now against Taiki Naito, he comes from a Japanese kickboxing background and will often high guard. So when Superlek was able to push Naito against the fence, Naito, feeling Superlek's power, put up a high guard. However, you can slide through just upward elbows through the guard, and Superlek was just hammering in that right, almost doesn't come across, it comes forward, but he does it in it's weird to describe, but he doesn't turn the elbow over, but he just smashes through the guard with that. Think of it like a lead spear elbow, but with your rear elbow. It's very good and very, very powerful the way he uses it. Against Rue Botello, I believe I'm pronouncing that wrong, but he would often fake the teep, or he'd go teep, fake the teep, and step in with an over-the-top elbow. Similar to what Jonathan Haggerty did against Joseph Lasiri, this will go over the top of people's guard and hit the top of their head. This is really good, again, against people putting up a high guard. But this is when you want to go over it. So you can just completely ignore the guard, go over the top, really good. The teep fake also helps cover distance. That's one of my favorite ways to set up an elbow. But just very impressive stuff. Now, with Chris Shaw, Superlek had complete and utter disregard for having the fight go long. He opened that fight just spamming elbows, mixing them in with kicks, them in with punches, but just right from the get-go, just being aggressive with the elbows, mixing in jumping elbows over the top, just forward smashing elbows, just cross elbows, just using his full tool bag, and just showing complete disrespect. And it really shows how you can bully people with elbows and knock them around. My coach always said there's two types of elbows, the ones that are intended to cut and then the ones that are intended to knock people out. And Superlek throws every elbow with intention to knock people unconscious. So Superlek just lost his title on the scales, and then lost to Nabil Anane in a relatively one-sided decision. However, Superlek was very clearly not in shape for that fight and not ready, and he was possibly injured. He will most likely rematch Nabil Anane for a vacant bantamweight title bout in the near future, and I'm extremely excited to see that fight. So Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, you guys know the drill. See ya.